my channel. On this channel, we talk about health, fitness, nutrition, wellness, family, vlogs, lifestyle, and now spirituality. I have been wanting to add spirituality type videos onto my channel for a while now. Here we are today with our first spirituality video. Daisy, what you doing? So in today's video, I consider this to be in the spirituality realm. In order to kind of begin a spiritual journey, one of the most important things that you would need to do is to remove all toxicity from your life. So that includes toxic habits, toxic people, toxic situations. That is something that has played a huge role in my spiritual journey, is getting rid of toxicity. That started with me quitting drinking and smoking, and then from there I moved on to ridding my life of toxic people. Now, toxic people are going to come in and out of your life probably forever, but the key is to learning how to recognize the red flags in someone who is toxic, and from there learning how is the best way to remove them from your life. So I like to call these people energy vampires. They are people that literally suck the energy from your spirit. You can usually feel this after you hang out with these people or you're around them. You feel drained, you feel stressed, you feel anxious because they are literally sucking the energy from your spirit. And a lot of times these types of people kind of prey on people that are very high vibrational or very happy and lighthearted. Empaths, these people will be drawn to those types of people because they either see something in them that they wish to have or to be. There could be many different reasons why they're drawn to those types of people, but I consider myself to be an empath, high vibrational, especially since starting my spiritual journey. So I have found that I attract these energy vampires, and it's stressful, but I have learned how to remove them from my life so I can go in peace. So let's first talk about what different types of energy vampires there are, because there are a few different types. I'm pretty sure most of us have dealt with at least one of these types of people. So I personally have dealt with all different sorts of energy vampires, but there are a few that stick out to me the most, that seem to be drawn to me the most. So let's talk about them. So the first type of energy vampire is the one I like to call poor me. The poor me energy vampire is somebody who likes to turn the blame onto everybody else but themselves. Everything is always somebody else's fault. They're super negative. These types of people typically have low self-esteem, low self-confidence. They always have the poor me mentality. They have that sort of mentality in really small, insignificant situations that in the grand scheme of things aren't that big of a deal, but they make it this huge negative situation when it doesn't have to be. They are constantly complaining about everything that goes wrong, which in turn is going to draw more negativity into their lives. So really they're doing themselves a disservice by doing that. But they also can be sucking away the energy, the positive energy from high vibrational positive people. So the poor me energy vampire is somebody, this is one of the main ones that are drawn to me, and I can't stand it. I can't stand a negative poor me mentality. I have empathy, and if somebody is hurting, that hurts me. But when somebody is just constantly complaining and negative about every little situation and can never see the positive and all that, it brings me down and it sucks the energy away from me, and I have to stay far away from these people. The next energy vampire is the egotistical energy vampire. So these types of people are typically very charming and easy to get along with, but they can be highly manipulative and they're only thinking about themselves. They never think about how their words or actions might affect somebody else. They feel like the world revolves around them and they have no concern for anybody else. Like I said, they seem really nice at first, but if you're in tune with catching the red flags, you will see their true colors show pretty quickly. The next energy vampire is the alpha vampire. So these types of people will try to intimidate you. They're usually loud, obnoxious. A lot of times they can come off as angry at the world. They tend to think that they're always right. They're never wrong. They can never admit when they're wrong. A lot of times these types of people tend to be racist, homophobic, sexist, also just very closed-minded to any other ideas other than their own. These types of people typically never change. Next up is the melodramatic vampire. I deal with this type of vampire a lot, and it drives me crazy, sucks the energy right away from me, and I try to stay far, far away. This type of person thrives off of drama, negativity. This might be because they're feeling some sort of lack in their own life. Maybe they're lacking in their relationship, in work, home life, whatever it may be. These types of people tend to make small problems seem huge because they feed off of negativity, and it's almost like they need something negative and they don't even realize it. A lot of times they claim to want to be happy and want to be positive, but they're constantly focusing on the negative. And I've found that when I'm around these people, it's like they're constantly complaining. This is very similar to the poor me vampire. They both feed off of that negativity. Those are two energy vampires that seem to be drawn to me and to my energy. So then there is the gossip or the judgmental vampire. These types of people love to judge other people but never look at themselves. They usually have a lot of issues themselves but immediately start judging other people, which I think is an attempt to make themselves feel better, but usually it just makes them feel worse and creates this cycle. A lot of times these people are the ones who, when you hang out with them, it's like, oh girl, did you hear this? Did you hear this person did that? It's like they're constantly gossiping, and you may find yourself kind of feeding into it because it's just like whatever, it's just a conversation, but then you feel yourself leaving feeling bad and just drained and uncomfortable and anxious. That's a huge sign. That's like the sign. If you feel like that when you're done hanging out with this person, because a lot of times will be a friend, so you'll be hanging out with these people and you think it's fine, they're your friend, but then you leave literally feeling so stressed, so anxious. And again, the gossip, judgmental vampire will, a lot of times they're really insecure themselves and they'll try to project their insecurities onto other people, usually people who are really happy, high vibrational people. They're usually like the main target. Again, like I said, it's usually because they have something that they want, something that they wish they had, something that they see in that other person that they wish they had themselves. So the last energy vampire is a little bit different than the rest. This is the innocent vampire. So this is a person who really just has had a really hard life, and maybe they're trying to better themselves, but they've gone through a lot and they continue to go through a lot. A lot of times they maybe are helpless in certain situations. I don't want to say helpless because I feel like everybody can kind of help themselves to some extent, but these people usually have no bad intentions and they're usually good people, but they've just been through a lot and they can still kind of suck the energy away from you because they have so much negativity in their life. I feel like if you can help someone, of course, help someone, but don't risk your own sanity and mental health and vibration trying to help somebody else. Like, you can help while keeping your balance, if that makes sense. Don't take it to a point where you try and help them so much to where it's draining you and it's sucking that energy away from you to where they become a vampire and you're not taking care of yourself anymore. So my biggest piece of advice if you're dealing with these types of people is to, and this is going to sound harsh, but I have found the best results when I cut these people off completely. And I don't feel bad. I have worked really hard to become the person that I am today and to have the peace that I have today. And I will cut a person off completely so quick if they show me the signs of being a vampire. I don't have time for it, and I think that you should try to do the same. If it's somebody that's really, really close to you, maybe have a conversation with them. But I personally, I hate confrontation, and I'd rather just protect my energy and cut them off completely, because usually anytime that I had a conversation, or given them another chance, or 2 more chances or 3 more chances, it usually plays out the exact same way, and it stresses me out even more, and it just literally sucks my energy from me, and it's not worth it. So I typically cut those people off completely. Delete them off of social media, delete their phone number, don't respond, and you'll find, at least I have found, a extreme, like, euphoric sense of peace when I cut these people off. And I still have people in my life that love me, and I feel like this is why my circle is small, because I have no problem cutting people out. I don't need hundreds of friends to feel secure and loved and happy. I feel like the wisest people have small circles, because they can catch these red flags and protect their peace by not letting them in. So on the other hand, if you're dealing with an energy vampire who you can't really get away from, whether it's because you work with them, or they're, a roommate or something like that, where they're just gonna be there, you need to set clear-cut boundaries with this person. If it were me, I don't want to sound harsh, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to help these people, because that's kind of just like an open invitation to let them suck your energy. So I like to keep my distance, do my own thing, kind of keep my space as much as I possibly can. And you can be civil, obviously, but there's no need to go out of your way to the people who continue to show you their true colors, for the people that continue to show you that they're just negative, energy sucking vampires. The more you deal with these people, and the more you continue to grow on a spiritual journey, the better you will be at recognizing the red flags, and you'll get better at cutting it off sooner, nipping it in the bud. To be honest, I feel bad for those people, because people like this, it's like they have a sign on their forehead that just says, I'm miserable. I feel bad because they're probably really miserable people, but at the same time, like, we all have the power to heal and to grow, and nobody's gonna do that for us. So you need to take control and do that for yourself. Nobody's gonna hold your hand through life. You need to be the best that you can be, and grow and work on yourself, and identify your own issues that you may have. Nobody's perfect. I've got my own issues, but I've learned a lot about myself throughout my journey, and I've healed a lot of parts of me that needed healing. And some people will never do that, and some people will be these energy vampires for their entire life. I'm hoping that this video will give you some insight to be able to identify these people from the start, so you don't have to let them continue draining your energy, because you won't be able to grow and to heal and continue on a spiritual journey if you constantly have these people sucking away your energy. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. This was different from what I usually do, but spirituality is a huge part of my life, and I have been actually really excited to share that with you guys. So if you enjoy this video, let me know. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will most likely be doing more spirituality type videos in the near future. This is just one lane. I have so many different ideas for spirituality videos, so I'm really excited to share those with you guys. So let me know what you think. Leave this video a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.
All around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.